Safety car in the pit lane. Green flag in the air. 5.5 minutes to go, and we're racing, and immediately JC Perez is under pressure from Corey Lewis. Taylor Proto caught napping just a little bit down to turn one, the 2 leaders. That's not the place to go, Corey, but he might be able to just pull the car to the left-hand side. He's cost himself second position here.
He's cost momentum, that's for sure. And Taylor Proto, I should say, is going to look around the outside into turn 2.
And this is going to allow JC Perez to get a bit of a lead, but he's outbraked himself, but he'll pull that back to the right-hand side. Not the worst thing to do there, as we saw from Madison Snow. Second and third are battling here. The white car on driver's left is Corey Lewis, and he's going to have to defend all the way down the hill. He gets to the apex, but he's costing himself momentum. Every time he turns the wheel, every time he moves the car, he costs himself a mile an hour or a half a mile an hour. He's so late on the brakes, though, down into 4. Lewis did a good job there. I thought he was toast there, Brian, when he went for the move at turn 1. It's taken him half a lap to re-establish himself in second place, but he has done that now.
Such a good job. I mean, your heart's beating fast in that situation. Corey knows that at this stage in the race, 5 minutes left, it's do or die. And he tried the position, cost him some time, and almost gave away the position, but he did a phenomenal job of keeping him behind him. I mean, it's just a really, really tough situation to be in.
And now he gets to have another crack at the leader. JC Perez just struggling with his braking points here a little bit, whilst he's waiting for the Pirellis to come back up to temperature and pressure. Comes across the start-finish line. 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go.
Now, Corey should look for the keyhole here. Turn 1 should not even be an option. Try and set it up, get a good run. Looks like he's done that now.
But now Perez has got to stay driver's right. If he opens the door on the inside, he's going to have 1, 2, possibly 3 Lambos going down it. He pulls across to the racing line. The nose dives for the tarmac. Round the outside by Taylor Proto in the blue Lamborghini. This is going to be side by side coming out of the keyhole. And look at the car behind Brandon Godovic.
That's right. What I was going to say, watch out for car number 46, Brandon Godovic, because he's right there now as the 2 second and third place cars go absolutely side by side. It's been a really good restart by JC Perez. Doesn't have anything like the experience of Corey Lewis in second place as a former world champion in these cars. And Taylor Proto is in just his second year of racing, but around the outside of Proto goes Brandon Godovic up into third place.
Great move.
Oh, the lead, and he's touched him. Corey's touched the left front to right rear, and that is a tap. And there's a puncture on the right rear.
Yep.
Oh, and that's going to get I'm afraid that's going to cause all kinds of problems, and it will, I think, get a penalty as well. And he braked and gets turned around at turn 9, and this is disaster for Perez, who'd done so well.
Brilliant.
And Corey Lewis has...
Very impressive, that was.
I'm afraid ruined that race with that little tap. Went for the inside at turn 6. And Lewis, I'm sure, will get a penalty for that.
I mean, Corey Lewis had the pace.
Yes.
There was no need to do anything silly like that,
Particularly not there. We'll leave Brian out of this conversation.
It's such a hard thing. I mean, right now, Corey's looking and seeing the pressure from behind.
Yeah.
Full course yellow, and this will end under full course yellow. The positions will be frozen, and the man I think who's going to win this is Brandon Godovic. We said watch out for him. He's made the bold move on Taylor Proto when they were coming through Madness and down into the S's. The door was open, but he's not there. He's not quite there. He's not even halfway up the side of the leader.
He tried to pinch you down. He got on the curbs. As soon as he came off the curbs, he's going to hit the car in front of him, which is exactly what happened. And
Perez trying to stay out the way, but the back of the car is all over the place. And then coming through, Brandon Godovic.
I think he got a help there also.
He was on the brakes, in fairness, coming over 9, but I'm not surprised because the car would have been moving around all over the place, and all he wants to do is stay out of the way. And he got a nudge into the wall, and I'm afraid the day is over early for the 71, and the P1 Motorsports Browood car is in the wall on the exit of 9, and that's all she wrote.
I think we got to go back real quick, though, and talk about that move that Brandon did, because in all the excitement, it's so easy to miss that move, and he drove around the outside of turn 5, and it's just so impressive. That is a difficult move to make.
Yeah, and it was definitely a touch from Taylor Proto that turned around JC Perez just over the brow of turn 9. And the damage to the right rear clear to see on the 71 car, and it was the left rear that's gone into the wall. So that is it was the lightest of touches, Jeremy, but that's enough to puncture a tyre or break a wheel.
Yeah, well, it was fairly stout, I think, as he came off the curb and sort of cannoned into the side. I mean, he tried to get out of it, but it was a move that wasn't really on because, yeah, the door was probably cracked open a little bit by Perez, but he stuffed it down the inside. We are going to finish under caution. But Brandon Godovic, he's had a pair of second-place finishes before in this championship. He has won the AM category in the World Championship in 2015, so quite a lot of experience in these cars for the former stock car racer. But he's here. He was going for that first win. He really wants that first win.
He set that up at turn 4, Brian, in the 46, the black and red Lamborghini. He set that up from turn 4 from a very long way back. He also managed to avoid JC Perez as well, and he checked up. He didn't hit the back of the car. He did a very good job there, and if he is promoted to the win, I think he deserves that just for that audacious maneuver at 4, 5 and 6.
I have to say, I think Jeremy's going to disagree with me on this one, and that's okay. But I think race control may have a hard time issuing a penalty for the move there. While it's clear that there was contact, I think that
it wasn't deliberate.
It wasn't deliberate.
Right. You're absolutely right.
And that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be something. But I do think that Corey did everything he could to get over the curb. And I think, you know, okay, could Perez have given him a little bit more room? Possibly, but it's terrible regardless of how you look at it.
I completely agree. I wouldn't expect to see a penalty there.
Really?
No, not really. It wasn't. It was nothing deliberate. It was. As Brian says, the door was definitely open, but with somebody of his experience, I think it was a sort of mistake the driver with that experience shouldn't make.
Checkered flag then, under full course yellow, and round 1, race 1 of the Lamborghini Super Trofeo for 2018 is complete. Corey Lewis crosses the line in the 29 Lamborghini of Charlotte Huracan, which was started by Madison Snow. Great run by those guys. Madison Snow doing a fantastic job to hold off Trent Hinman early on and hold on to what was then second position. They've converted it into the victory as they go across the line. Second place, Brandon Godovic took over the 46 car.